Uno, uno. All right, can you guys hear me? How's everybody doing tonight? Are you guys feeling good? Have you guys had the micheladas from La Chuperia outside? You guys got to try them. They're voted #1 on Yelp. Check them out here in Lincoln Heights. And I just want to welcome everybody. My name is Ignacio Sandoval Nachin. I'm one of the co-founders of Latino Key Network with Rudy and Rick, my other two partners. And your participation in these events is what makes us keep going. It's not easy because, as you guys can tell, it's not a kind of event like other people get together where they go and they sell you something for $500. Get up in the morning, be a chingon, wash your ass. We don't do none of that. What we're focused on is connecting one another, pass each other the card, and really grow with one another and take each other to the next level, because if we don't do it, nobody else is gonna do it. And the perception of the community is always gonna be, and I'm not talking about Latinos, blacks, Asians, nothing like that. I'm talking about classes. If they see us as a lower class, they're always gonna see us not united. So it's up to us to get united and become a strong force. And with further ado, we have a special surprise for you guys. My friend and all of us here are here because it's a network. Somebody knows somebody, somebody knows somebody else, and we all become one tonight. This is our third event, and we thank you for being here. And please, I ask you to give him a round of applause. He's currently touring with El Pirurris. I don't know if you guys remember El Tururú. He's doing stand-up in Espanol, the first ones to do it in the United States, because they believe in really giving the community that. So if somebody doesn't speak Spanish, please translate to them. El Forastero, let's give him a round of applause. He's gonna do a set.
No sé qué dijo este cabrón, pero buenas noches. ¿Quién no habla español? Ya se chingaron. Sí, sí, sí. Bueno, pues ya como me presentó Ignacio, mi nombre es Foras Calderón, me he dedicado a hacer stand-up los últimos 2 años de mi vida. He estado abriendo a Franco Escamilla, también a Luis de Alba, recientemente ando de gira con él. Y echándole muchas ganas. Yo lo que hacía antes, en el 98 empecé radio, y hasta hace 2 años dejé de hacer radio. Y la neta hice radio porque tengo la cara para hacer radio. Sí, cabrón, fui a hacer tele y me dijeron, no mames, ¿qué estás haciendo, güey, tú? ¿Quién te dio la cita, no? O sea, no mames. Pero pasa eso y se me hace curioso. Yo así tengo la voz y mucha gente dice, ah, chingón, he escuchado comerciales de McDonald's, de Ford, en tu voz, qué chingón. Pero les cuento un secreto aquí entre nos, la mayoría de locutores no hablan así. Neta. Tú escuchas la voz de un locutor, ¿no? Exactamente, son las 2:45. Aquí está el nuevo de Juanes, vámonos, ahí te va, papirrín. En cuanto cierran el micrófono, güey, es como que, ya te digo, güey, o sea, ¿vamos a ir por los tacos o no, culero? Así hablan, cabrón, neta. ¿Hay gente casada aquí? ¿No? Eso, cabrón. Otro cabrón abandonado. ¿No hay gente casada? ¿Quién? Alce la mano el que está casado o casada. Un cabrón que no se avergüenza de su pareja. ¡Qué bien, qué bien! Yo me acabo de divorciar en febrero. Sí, güey. Seas mamón. Pinche DJ culero, o sea, cosa. Tengo 38 años, cumplí 38 años en enero, me divorcié en febrero y tengo que ser honesto con ustedes. Después de 11 años de matrimonio, 2 hijos, divorciarte a los 38, la neta, lo más chingón que me ha pasado, cabrón. Neta, ya no tengo quien me esté chingando que saca a tirar la basura. Neta, que tira la basura, que la chingada. Imagínate qué chingón sería poder hacer lo que hacíamos de niños en México o en nuestros países cuando jugábamos en la tierra. Porque de niño teníamos muchas cosas que todos sabíamos las reglas y cómo estaba el rollo sin que tuvieras que explicarlo. Por ejemplo, imagínate que mi esposa o tu esposa está chingue y chingue. Pues a ver a qué hora sacan la basura porque ya el bote está lleno. Y de repente tú dices, zafo, cabrón. Y te zafas, güey. Así de sencillo. ¿Por qué? Porque es una regla que hacías de niño. Zafo, cabrón. Y tu niño de 6 años grita, zafo. No, ya te chingaste, pendejo. Yo dije primero, vale, saque la basura, cabrón. Imagínate que se te antoja la vecina, güey. ¿No? Ya te vi, cabrón, Sí, ese güey quiere con su vecina. Y un día llega tu vecina y te dice, vecino, ¿me puede dar, por favor? Y tú dices, claro, mi esposa fue a la tienda, chingón. Llega tu esposa de la tienda, güey, y entra al cuarto donde tú le estás dando a la vecina. Y allí aplican las reglas de morro otra vez. Porque entra tu esposa al cuarto, güey, te estás clavando a la vecina y tú dices, 1, 2, 3 por mí, mis camaradas. Y estiras el pie y dices, y toco base. No más, o sea, sí, chingón, güey. Y tu esposa tiene que decir, chingao por poco y lo cacho este cabrón. A la próxima lo cacho. A huevo, así pasa. Algo que quiero mencionarles solamente rapidito ya para despedirme es el sonido que puso el DJ. Se ha convertido en un grito de batalla, no sé si lo han notado. Hace tiempo existió un vato que se llama Tarzán. No, es en serio, Tarzán. Este güey con un grito convocaba a todos los animales. O sea, bastara que este cabrón se le hinchaban los huevos y dijera, ¡ah! Bueno, ese güey gritaba chingón, yo valgo más, ¿verdad? Pero ese güey gritaba, ¡ah! Y todos los animales estuvieran haciendo lo que estuvieran haciendo, escuchaban el grito y decían, vente güey, acá hay pedo, vente. Y todos se reunían, cabrón. Pues Tarzán ya no existe. Y ese grito de Tarzán se cambió por el pinche. Sí, güey. Porque las viejas, güey, pueden estar haciendo lo que sea. Están en el pinche antro emputadas porque su vato le vio las nalgas a otra vieja. Que la chingada, que. Empiezan a perrear intenso, cabrón. No me crean, señores. Lo he calado en el kinder de mi niña, en el supermercado. Chingue su madre, hasta en la iglesia lo calé. ¿Ves una morra que tiene buena nalga, güey? Acércatele discretamente. Y la morra puede estar hablando de que, pues mira, sí, Jorgito, sus calificaciones. Tú llega y dile. La morra, cabrón, es que Jorgito y que la chingada suda. Empiezan a perrar intenso, cabrón. La neta. Un aplauso para los que perrean, por favor. Ah, cabrón. ¿Tú perreas, carnal? Cada quien. Bueno, ya me voy a despedir porque tengo que dar paso a un panel muy impresionante y muy chingón el día de hoy. Estoy muy agradecido por la oportunidad. No sin antes de dejarles una lección de vida, rapidito. Esto lo aprendí hace una semana cuando llegué al doctor con una migraña. Y le dije, ¿sabes qué? Traigo una migraña muy cabrona. Y me dijo, ¿sabes qué, Foras? Hay cosas en la vida que son iguales pero diferentes. Más me dolió la cabeza, güey. Dije, no mames, ¿de qué hablas, güey, no? Dice, sí, mira. Me dijo el doctor, tú traes una migraña. Te puedo dar una pastilla o un supositorio. Los dos te van a quitar el dolor, güey. Pero uno entra por aquí y otro entra por acá. O sea, es igual, pero diferente. Dije, no, ma, qué chingona lección de vida, ¿no? Y hace 4 días, un camarada comediante me dijo, oye, güey, escuché que andabas divorciándote de tu esposa, ¿cómo estás? Y le dije, mira, no hay nada mejor que llegar a tu casa, echarle un buen palo a tu vieja cuando estás de vacaciones, güey. No hay nada mejor. Y dice, chingón, ya se reconciliaron. Le dije, no me entendiste. No hay nada mejor que llegar a tu casa, echarle un buen palo a tu vieja cuando tú estás de vacaciones, cabrón. O sea, es igual, pero diferente. Yo soy el Foras Calderón. Muchas gracias, con permiso.
Fuerte el aplauso. Let's give it up for Foras.
Se quedan con Ignacio. Quiero darles un fuerte aplauso a este panel impresionante y a los organizadores de este evento. Un fuerte aplauso, por favor, para ellos. Con permiso, se quedan en buenas manos.
Thank you, Foras. Thank you. Okay, you guys, without further ado, you guys came here for a night of networking, but also we came here to get to know other individuals that are very, very high in our society group. We have artists. Our theme this time was music and arte, and we reached out to a friend. My friend reached out to another friend, and we connected, and we have them here tonight. They're going to introduce themselves and tell you who they are and what they do, and then we're going to go through a series of questions, and they're going to let us know what it is to be an artist nowadays, in today's times. So I feel like it's very essential for us to learn from one another. We all do different things in society and life, but it's good to really connect with one another and get to know the people that are making it behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. So here we have the first person directamente desde Los Ángeles. BG, please let them know who you are to those that cannot see you from afar.
Well, first of all, I know I'm not the only person here that doesn't know Spanish, so to everybody understand, my name is Nerve One. I'm an artist, better known as a graffiti writer. I've been doing it since 1984, and now I'm here.
Give them a round of applause. Lulu, you want to take this one? Because I think this one's louder.
How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing today? Okay, that's what I want to hear. I go by the name of Lulu, music executive. I have a record label by the name of BY, and I got a record deal. One of the few Latino urban music labels that got a major deal with Interscope Records in 2007. It was a 50-50 joint venture deal with Interscope Records. And now I'm here giving music knowledge to whoever wants to receive some music knowledge. Thank you.
Give them a round of applause.
Hey guys, thank you to Rudy, to Nachin for inviting us all. I'm happy to be here tonight. Mi nombre es Roberto Carlos, that's my name. I'm an artist, thank you. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm also a producer of a concert series called Boleros de Noche. 2 weeks ago, we had a concert at the Ford Theaters where we had 900 people. Yeah, so thank you. My production team is here, Sonia, Vanessa, Isalia, Jasmine. Yeah, they're here tonight. And you know what I try to do with every project that I take on as an artist, an entrepreneur, is to leave a positive social impact in our communities. What I also try to do, like all these amazing people here, is try to meet people like you who want to leave like a positive stamp in our communities. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Rudy. Thank you, Nachin, for inviting us.
Thank you.
Are we like standing up? Oh, okay.
Stand up.
Hi, my name's Angela Fuentes. Everybody knows me as Angie. I'm a contractor developer in the garment industry. I have like been in the fashion industry for now like 11 years. That's a long time. I also teach it now at FIDM. I have the privilege of doing that. But mostly I like the fashion industry because it's a big industry where the Latino community works in, and one of my things based on what I do is I try to bring conscious designers to the industry and bring them aware of the community and all the work ethic and everything that goes on.
Who did you make the last piece for?
The last piece, which one?
Post.
Oh, that one. I had the privilege of working with a great designer and stylist to make Post Malone's Soul Dog concert here in LA. So yeah, the charro pink suit with the flowers, that was us. Thank you.
Thank you. Who do we have on the other side?
Hey everybody, I'm Tony. I'm Instagrammer, makeup artist, YouTuber with over 8 million views, and I put my life out there for everybody to watch it. So yeah.
Yeah, Tony.
Hi everybody, my name is Vanessa Prado, and if you saw me here in the little corner, I'm basically a freelance artist. I like to focus on the Latino community, especially women, my culture. I'm a freelance artist, so thank you, say hi.
Yeah, Vane.
Hi everybody, my name is Demi Kobar. You can call me Demi Tigressa. Thank you everybody, Rudy and Rick and everyone for having me. I am an actress, and I am actually working on a couple of projects right now, one of which I'm pretty excited about, and I will be assisting a writer for a 48-hour film festival, and I'm pretty excited about that. I'm also working on a web series, which they're pitching to Comedy Central, and hopefully that goes through pretty soon. So
It will.
yeah, thanks again for having me, guys.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Brian Rojas, also known as Brian Matrix. I have a company called Matrix Sessions here in downtown. What we do is we mentor pretty much all of EDC, Ultra, and pretty much all the producers around the world. And they come to us here in downtown when they're here, and we give them the skills they need to progress more in production and all that good stuff. So I'm looking forward to talk to you guys in a few, for sure.
By the way, he has produced records for Steve Aoki and just some people like that.
Hi everybody. Oh, shit. Hi everybody. My name is Mayito. I'm a social media influencer. I also do marketing for the Mexican regional music, and I've been doing this for like about 8 years. And I come out in music videos. I have a little reality show on my YouTube channel, and I help different artists get their music to people's hands, and for them to listen to them and stuff like that. So.
Thank you, Mayito. I want to say before that, I want to give it up to Mayito because he just got out of the hospital 2 days ago. He's going through renal problems, but he's a great guy for being here. Muchas gracias, Mayito.
Muy buenas noches, señores. Ahí sí, se oye esto. Así como el compa Foras, le digo yo también, yo no hablo inglés, pero vamos a entendernos un poquito. Te dije que me traducieras en español, güey. Señores, pues soy Mario el Cachorro Delgado en el medio artístico. Tengo ya 25 años en la música, en el género regional mexicano. He vivido las evoluciones o las revoluciones de la música, desde la tecnobanda hasta el duranguense. Y ahora que está actualmente muy solicitado el género de los corridos o narcocorridos. Y pues, ahorita le cantamos, ¿verdad, Mayito? ¿Sí o no? Va a cantar Mayito, quiero que sepan, nos va a acompañar. Gracias, aquí estamos muy contentos de estar con todos ustedes. Muchas gracias por el espacio. Otra vez en español.
Awesome. So as you guys can see, this is our third event, and every time we do it with faith and we do it with honor, because the people that come here, it's you. People that really want to gravitate to people that are doing it. So let's get to know them. You are an artist. Being an artist, let's talk about challenges. How have you overcome challenges, and what do you recommend for people that are facing a challenge in their field?
Well, coming from a welfare background, in the bad neighborhoods, I grew up all over the place. I moved around a lot as a kid. My family's from El Sereno and City Terrace. Not a very heavy Spanish-speaking family, believe it or not. I grew up. People telling me, hey, what part of Mexico, Nah, we're from Arizona, man, And, yeah, it's basically, just going to jail.
You went to jail?
Yeah, man.
And how did you overcome that? Like, I'm sure when you were in there, locked up, it was a different world. It made you think about a lot of things.
I spent too much time in there,
Oh, no?
Nah, it was
They're
just...
like 2 cup of noodles and I'm out.
It was mostly, a lot of juvenile stuff, and thank God, I didn't really start getting into trouble until my later teens. So for a lot of years, I started at 9 years old, being in Linwood.
Wow.
So Linwood, before the 105. I'm
Nice.
old. I'm 44. I just turned 44 July 8th.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ladies, he's getting close to retirement.
Yeah. No, just what I always tell people is, if you're good, you're good, man. A lot of my friends, they never went to art school. I didn't go to art school. I passed that up. I mean, you know me, man. A lot of you guys know me, man. I was on the streets. I was hustling, man. A lot of these people right here, they always know me as, like we're talking about music and stuff. And I had a marketing company, and my thing was my art was just a side hustle. Yeah, that's right, fast life. But dope money was my thing, And I told myself, I saw a lot of my friends going to jail. So a lot of you people that used to see me out there, I'd never talked about this unless you know me. I sold dope my whole life. That's how you guys saw me. Had my house in Miami. I was constantly traveling. That wasn't music money, man. That only went too far. And I did art jobs for people here and there, and like.
How did you make the transition from that life to now?
Well, what it was is I saw there was no future in it, but I was doing stuff for like Rodney King. You guys probably see on my Instagram, post pictures with him, and Cedric Sabalas when he was on the Lakers. Now King James using his number or whatever. But it was always a side hustle. So even I didn't take advantage of it because I was too busy getting this money over here. So then I made a decision to say, you know what? I need to follow my dream. This is what I wanted when I was a kid. I got sidetracked. And if anybody knows anything about Bell Gardens, just like we all hustlers, man. We were some of the biggest meth dealers in LA. We made national news, all my boys. And I was just like, I didn't want to be that. You know?
You wanted to make news some other way.
Yes. So I just told myself one day, I said, you know what? I'm going to cut the music thing out because the internet obviously killed that. You know what I mean? I met a lot of good people along the way. And I just said, you know what? This is what I got to do. And at the same time, I was doing gigs for, you know, like Nike. Like I was doing $30,000 deals, $40,000, $50,000 deals with Nike, you know, with Fox Racing, with Disney, and so forth and so on. And, you know, all I did was party. I wanted to party, man. And that's, you know, to party, that's a heavy lifestyle. And some of these people used to see me pop bottles. I used to be that dude. I used to drive this car. I used to have all the jewelry. You know what I mean? I still got a little bit, but I'm not that dude no more. I found out what makes me happy. And what makes me happy is living. Been there, done that. Too many people wanted to impress people. That was not. I didn't want my work, my craft to become work. So I'm very lucky that the art that I do, a lot of these people, they love it, man, because we could all relate to it. So.
And you're a voice to the comunidad. You speak your truth.
Yes. Yeah, so as you can see, if you guys get a chance to look at my work out there, I like to call it ADD because I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm kind of in the same place, if that makes any, you know, sense.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and since I took up being an artist, it was probably the best thing I've ever done in my life, man. You know?
So from here on forward, right?
Yeah, like no more of the funny business, and I found out, you know, like I said, like if any of you guys follow me on Instagram, Nerve Sky High, you'll see like I'm always traveling and going somewhere, and I'm always helping people. As you know, like what I do every year, I raise money to feed the homeless on my birthday. This is my yes, sir. This is my fourth annual year. I do it. I've been doing it for 12 years, but this is my 4th year, and I tell my friends, you know what? I don't want nothing, man. I don't want to drink at the bar. I don't want a bottle. I don't want to go on a trip. You gonna give me that money? Let's give back. And guess what? And then when I go back to my house, and I'm at my house by myself, that's what inspires me to paint something. You know what I mean? That's what inspires me to be like, you know what? You want something? Work for it. Work for it. Because guess what? You get locked up, you do something else, it ain't worth it, man. It's not worth it. You know, I got friends barely coming home after 13, 15 years. I could have been that dude. So I'm telling everybody right here, man, whatever you guys want to do, you don't need, I mean, I don't knock nobody that goes to school, man. If you go to school and you do your craft, do it. But I've never had a portfolio in my life, and I've done some of the biggest jobs you can think of, you know?
That's because you follow your heart and your dream, right?
Yes.
With your passion.
Yes. Don't let nobody ever tell you you can't do something. Because guess what? Everybody started down here. Okay? Everybody started down here. That's right. So when you work hard enough for it and you dedicate your craft, that's why there's always people like, oh, wow, why does that person make it? Guess what? Because that person had heart. That person had heart. Maybe you're better than them. You're more talented than them. But guess what? They had heart. And if anybody has heart, then you guys could do whatever you guys want, man. I'll tell you that right now. Whatever you guys want to do, you guys can do it. Don't let nobody tell you guys can't do nothing, man. That's all I got to say, man.
Thank you so much. Let's give him a round of applause.
What are we talking about?
Your turn, Lulu.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about challenges. How have you overcome them, and what advice would you give people to overcome theirs?
The challenges in overcoming to me come from my mom. Being that I'm from Guatemala and I came here at 3 years old, and seeing what's going on right now in the news, kids are being detained. I was one of those kids. I came from Guatemala. My mom was caught at the border. They put me in what they, at that time, foster home for 30 days. My mom was in prison. My mom, being who she is, relentless and wanting something better, she came back. The 3rd time, we were able to come here, and just seeing what she did and the struggle that she went through, and us coming to the United States, being homeless for a year. Everything to me, there is no challenge. I'm gonna be honest.
You overcame, you saw, and you conquered.
I seen that. So me getting into the music business and meeting a young Pharrell Williams and him bring me into the music business, that was just a blessing. At that time, nobody knew who Pharrell Williams was. I didn't know who Pharrell Williams. It was just like Nerve, being out here in the streets, being in these clubs, doing what I wasn't supposed to do, and understanding like this is not what I want. My whole family gangbang. I did that. They're all locked up or they all got deported back to Guatemala. As you get older, you tend to figure out life a little bit. And somehow, since I was a little kid, music was my thing. The problem was when I would, I'm a hip hop guy. That's just hip hop since I was a little kid. That's all I listened to. So the only challenge that I had was when I would look at hip hop, even hip hop executives, people behind the scene, I never saw nobody that looked like me. If you pay attention, Russell Simmons, and I have nothing against other race, but there was nobody that I can look up to and be like, damn, I want to be like them that look like me. Russell Simmons, we can keep going on, especially in the hip hop world. So when I seen that, it definitely was a challenge, but I had to learn and I had to educate myself. I'm a high school dropout. I didn't graduate high school, So when I met Pharrell and I helped manage his first group with the Clips, that was my education. That was me going through music education 101. I was a fly on the wall, just soaking up the game. I knew that music is what I wanted to do, but I wanted to do it for my culture, because I felt like, damn, like our culture is 47% consumer of hip hop, whether it comes to anything, clothing, shoes, anything. It's a big, but we don't have no representation. And if we do have representation, you don't hear about them. I have a good friend here, his name is Tito. People don't know, Tito's worked with Snoop Dogg and gave Snoop Dogg big hits. But me, I feel because he's Mexican, there was no way that somebody was gonna put him in the forefront and say, this is the guy that gave Snoop Dogg some hits. You look at Johnny J. If anybody knows who Johnny J produced Tupac's biggest records, All Eyes on Me and everything. We didn't even know about who Johnny J was. Johnny J passed away, but you don't see a documentary about who Johnny J is or so on and so on. So it's definitely a challenge out here for this new generation. But I just feel like where we come from, these aren't challenges. It's like we just have to keep going, keep doing stuff like this, and support each other. If we can hand somebody some knowledge, why not? Because when we died, the knowledge was useless. So all the people that I know, from the big executives to the big artists to the smaller artists, I try to connect people. But my thing is, if you're an artist, whether you're a painter, you're a hip hop artist, whatever it is just come with your best. Because I have a lot of kids that come up to me with their music or send me their music, and it's like sometimes I can't listen to the music. It's recorded horribly. I'm not into doing music for a hobby. That's not what I'm there. I want to be able to have artists that come from our culture that can compete with Drake. I'm tired of all this, us being comfortable and being neighborhood celebrities. Neighborhood celebrities is not going to help the culture in the music. We're just going to stay still at the same place. And I have nothing against the swap meets and people putting their music through the swap meets. That's good. But if we don't get people in behind the scenes to step up and really start signing artists that are talented and are going to take it to the next step, we're going to continue to say every 10 years, like, how come, where's the next Mexican kid that's going to be a star? You do understand that we've never had a Mexican rapper superstar. If anybody can name one, go ahead and name one. I know them all. 6ix9ine. That's good. 6ix9ine. About time. The way 6ix9ine is coming, like, if I break down how 6ix9ine is in the business, then people will be like, oh, okay, why it's happening. 6ix9ine is signed to the son of Universal Music chairman, his son, so basically the son is signed, 6ix9ine is signed to the son, and everybody's making it seem like 6ix9ine is a kid that's independent and he's just blowing up, but he has a lot of money, a lot of people behind him, you know. And 6ix9ine, you know, like the kid, he's definitely a Mexican kid. He's from New York. I just believe, you know, he has to get a little bit more in tune with our culture, you know, and he can be a superstar, you know. Right now, he's known for what they call now trolling, you know, which is what I call a lot of these kids attention rappers. They're doing anything to get the attention. It works for some of them. It doesn't work for others. Cardi B is one of the best trollers and made a career out of it, you know, and I gotta give her respect, you know. Nowadays you gotta get attention. What is it that is gonna make you different than the next artist? Because just in LA County alone, I think now we're up to 12 million Latinos, and last time I checked SoundCloud, there's 8 million rappers in LA County alone. There has to be somebody that can do something just in LA alone. But once again, we have to, everything around our artist, his team has to be strong, from artwork to videos to the mixing, marketing. You know, you just got, you don't go into McDonald's and you know, if anybody goes to McDonald's and order a Big Mac and it comes back brown and you're happy with that. No, you go to McDonald's because you see a commercial and it looks great. It looks like, oh, it's shiny, the fries are fresh and all that. So that's how these artists have to treat this. This is not, you know, if you want to do it just for a hobby, then no problem. Just do it for a hobby. But we need to get all the hobby rappers out the way, all the hobby artists out the way, and let's find this talent.
So it's being yourself, but more than anything, being serious about it and doing it.
Being serious about it, being prepared, get a team around you. Tell your story. I feel like a lot of kids are scared to tell their story nowadays because they're going with the wave. What's hot right now, they're going with it. But if you sit and talk to the kids, and they'll tell you they have great stories. I just don't feel like they know how to present it to the world. You know what I mean? Like they just go with what is trendy right now because everybody wants to be an overnight success. You know, I can give you a story when Pharrell first started and he had the group called The Clips. It took us about 9 to 11 months to break their first single. And this is a time when we have vinyl, and I was from San Francisco all the way down to California giving vinyl to every DJ. DJs didn't care. They're like, oh, who is this? Who is this? Who is this? They don't matter. These DJs are, no disrespect to DJs, but they have so many more artists that are coming to them every day and are taking care of them somehow, some way, until they. So the point of that is like it's not gonna happen overnight. It's definitely not gonna happen overnight, but grassroots. But you gotta look back every 6 months as an artist, as a team, and evaluate and be like, oh, wow, we've moved up a step. You know, that's why there's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You know.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for your story and for sharing some of it. We're gonna come back to Lulu, but it is true. I think like in life, if you really want to be somebody, it's the moment that you decide to be serious about it and you put work into it that makes a difference. Roberto, how would you tell people to not be afraid of challenges?
I think challenges or adversities, it's a perspective. I say it's a perspective because I came to this country when I was 5 years old. I didn't have the same opportunities. I didn't have a driver license, financial aid to school. I couldn't travel. But I found myself at my lowest point when I was 25 years old. And I could call it a challenge, but there was this flame inside of me. There was a spirit still alive because it was about to just turn off. And that flame just reminded me of my parents coming to this country with nothing. It reminded me of my grandparents working hard in the fields. It reminded me of myself, of being proud of myself. When I'm about to just call it quits, die, what did I accomplish? So I think for me, challenges or adversities is a perspective. just being blessed and thankful for what we have right now.
Thank you. Overcoming challenges. What's your advice?
Ooh, the way I see challenges are more like they're actually opportunities. The way I see challenges as growing up, I'm the eldest of 7, split. I came from my mother divorced from domestic violence. And so I saw my mother go through so much. And one of the things I saw is that every single challenge that came to her plate, she saw it as an opportunity to learn from them and become better, not for herself, but for her kids, which is us. And when I see, and I even tell this to my students, is like one of the things, and I will always remember, is that the key word was patience. And my mother would always be saying, just have patience, and everything will come the way it should come, everything will fall the way it should fall. And going with that is that everything happens for a reason. The reason some of us came from different countries, the reason some of us grew up where we grew up is because we become who we are today. And like I said before, it's like I said, challenges are opportunities. Take them as blessings and miracles. Because one of the biggest things that a lot of people don't see, especially as an artist, is that your fails are your trophies. Your fails are the things that take you to the next level, that make you better and bigger and more noticeable in any art industry. And especially as a fashion designer, I started very young. I opened my company at age 22. And thank you.
Un aplauso.
Thank you. I opened a company at age 22, and I'm not gonna lie, it was very scary, but I knew what I didn't like in the industry. And I saw it as an opportunity, which was the biggest challenge in my life, to bring especially the Latino community aware of the challenge of putting each other down. So one of the things that, going back to my mom, is that she would help. There's this saying in Spanish, she's so kind that she would even give her last pair of underwear away. And and so when I hear this coming from growing up, is that I see it that it's something that us as Latinos, we forget that community aspect. And especially in any industry, especially in the artist industry, because the artist industry it's savage. It can be savage. It can be starving, and it can be hard. But like I said, it's actually opportunities. See it as an opportunity to become better for yourselves, for your community, for those around you, and just have patience. I remember when I first left from home, I actually was kicked out at 16. I was a pretty bad kid. Not a lot of people know that. And I got kicked out at 16, and then I came back 6 months later because I was truly slapped in the face. I was blessed with what I had, and I took it for granted. And that's why when I saw that and I was taking things for granted, I became aware that I saw and now understood what my mom would say to us, that every challenge is to be conquered with patience, integrity, and never give up. Yeah.
I love that. Tony, how do you become adversity? I'm sure you've faced a lot.
Many, all the time. Especially.
¿Quieres agarrar el micrófono más así?
Oh, close.
There you go.
Close enough.
Yes.
Bien? I think being Latino, your family sometimes brings you down. They don't believe in you, but you really have to surround yourself around people who believe in you, you believe in yourself, who empower you all the time. And I say that a lot, people that lift you up are the ones that you want around you. The ones who hate on you, fuck them, whatever. Be around the ones that want to believe in you, even if you quit your job. Be around those people, because they are the ones that want to do it too. They don't want to work for anybody else. They want to work for themselves. How many of you hate going to work sometimes? I knew I used to hate going to work, and that's why I quit my job and started following my dream. So just follow what you want to do. And if somebody says no, just show up. Consistency will get you where you need to be. I used to work at a strip club, hence where I met Rudy.
Ay, Rudy, ya te quemaron, cabrón.
And there was days when I would make $4. But guess what? The next day I would show up and make those $4 until I was able to pay off my school loan, all my bills, never asked anybody for anything.
Were you a stripper?
I'm not going to talk about
A
that.
dancer. Okay, sorry.
But just be consistent in what you do and follow what you want to do. Stop wasting your time. Like they say, stop building somebody else's dream. Just do you. And it's hard, but it's really, truly follow what you want. And that's it. Rudy was a stripper.
Nessa. Let's give it up for Tony. Tony, it takes a lot for people to get up there and really give who they are and their journey, because this is what you guys are doing right now. You guys are really kind of like summing it up and really talking about the truth. Nessa, what is adversity to you and how do you overcome it?
Yes, like you said, it's sometimes hard, or like you said, you have to do you. A big struggle for me is actually just getting up and being in front of people. So for me, it helps to focus on what it is that I want. And I want to paint live for all of you. And I want everybody to know that I'm not just painting, and I'm also giving back to my community. I think that's very important for me. So a challenge for me is definitely like focusing on my goal, whether it's a daily goal, a year goal, a life goal. A goal itself is already a big step. So I definitely have an issue with, for example, like getting up from bed. So my goal is to get up from bed. Like that's already a big old challenge for me. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, focus. Like, and then I look to my side and I see my son and I'm like, oh, he's looking at me. Like he's doing everything that I'm doing. So I'm like, oh, okay, he's going to mimic what I do. So he definitely influences me to do better. So briefly, I just want to say I'm painting a couple paintings and they're being auctioned off. And with the purchase of that auction, it's going to be donated to the Esperanza Immigration Project. And they help children who come to this country unaccompanied, families who are fleeing from violence from their countries. Anybody who needs legal assistance, they cover the legal service fees. They help with work permits. The list goes on. Yes, back there. Yeah. So I felt it in my heart when Rudy was like, you can donate it to any place you like. And as a mom, as a Latina, as a human being, I think it's only right for us to focus on what it is that we want. Although it is hard, take it day by day, little by little. Like every little step is big. So please don't give up. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Nessa. You guys can check out her piece outside. It's Chalino, an icon of our community. Another artist that opened up the doors for so many nowadays. Tigresa, adversity. How do you overcome it?
I have to agree with a lot of what everyone else was saying. I mean, adversity or any challenge to me is a opportunity to overcome and to get better and to grow. And as an actress, it's really difficult because of social media and everybody putting themselves out there. And so many people don't even have the talent, but the fact that they're putting themselves out there and they're not stopping, and that is very like admirable. And that's kind of where I've been kind of putting myself out there and being vulnerable, and that is so scary, but that is what people want to see. And in the end, it's as long as you're coming and you're doing things from your heart, and like that's what people admire. Trying to be like everybody else, it's just kind of it's not a good thing. Like I've been learning like to just be okay with being myself, and that's a challenge in its own, like being comfortable in your own skin. And it's definitely easy. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's great when you have support and friends. And that's why I always try my best to support other people who are artists. And, you know, Rudy putting this whole thing together, this is, you know, this isn't easy. I see how hard he worked for this, and the only reason this is going is because we're all here today. And it's gonna keep going as long as we keep sticking together and we're a community. And I was talking about like consistency too. That's definitely like, you can't stop. People are always gonna push you, and people are always gonna knock you down. And if people are like telling you or giving you negative feedback, that's always a good thing. It means you're doing something right. You're putting yourself out there. Not everyone's gonna like you, but that's what it's about. You are not doing it so everybody likes you. You're doing it so you can express yourself and so you can give back. And so, you know, it's great to hear people who use their art and their passion and skills to give back to the community. And, you know, as an actress, like, that's one of my goals is, like, I don't want to do this for the fame and, you know, or maybe the fame is what is going to get me to help other people. If that's how I could touch people and how I can help people, then that's what I want to do. And, yeah, every day is a challenge, but every day is an opportunity to learn and grow. And, you know, we all got to stick together. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tigresa. Brian, my man. Brian, the voice that's silent but is very loud.
What's good? Challenge is amazing. I come from LA, growing up like literally LA. Went to Belmont High School. I called it a juvenile hall with no bars. Coming from there really sparked a lot in me. I started doing music and playing music. I was 15 years old, and I started DJing all these big clubs by the time I was 17. And I would have to lie about my age to get into these clubs, but learning from what music can do for you emotionally took me from a very bad situation and made it better for that time being. And I went to school. I pretty much went to every single school LA has to offer, MI, Lars, SAE, and then UCLA was my last. It was very difficult. I worked like 5-6 jobs. I didn't tell nobody what I was doing. I just struggle, push. Then I decided to join the police academy. I was 2 weeks away from becoming a police officer, and I just walked away from it. It wasn't me. Music kept calling me. And once we got into the music business stuff as well, there was an opportunity. So challenges come from everywhere, which is good. I like challenges because a lot of people are very, what they call institutionalized, my mentors would say. You're comfortable what you do and you keep doing it. I don't believe in that. The more I feel uncomfortable, the better we're gonna do. And we just kept pushing forward and forward and forward. And you know, I wanna thank, you know, Rudy, of course my man over here, for putting this together. It's incredible to bring a lot of people in here, all the struggles and what you have to do to overcome that, you know. Y yo soy salvadoreño, and
Salvi.
and you know, when I go back to my hometown, I teach over there as well, and I donate a lot of my time to learn music production. I work with this program called Ableton Live, which I'm certified, and I teach other instructors, and we do a lot of big things at the Grammy Museum in downtown LA. And doing this has really inspired me to help, which I wish something like this existed of what I do now to help people in high school and junior high. Music, you know, a producer, it's exactly what my dude said over here about having teams. It's a team of people, writers, producers, the vocalists, and then the actual artist. So it takes all these steps to do one record, and people don't know that, you know. It's like, oh, Rihanna did this, but in reality, it was like 16 writers that did that. So it's incredible to see what music can do for people and, of course, change you. But I say if you keep to it and just keep doing it. I mean, I wake up every day. We have different locations for what we got going on. I'm opening up New York next week in Brooklyn.
And he's being modest, really. Like what you do, bro, it's beautiful and it's at another
Thank you,
level.
man. And all I want to do is what I really do is I mentor a lot of big EDM artists. So when they come to LA, Exchange or Academy, which Matrix Sessions is also involved now with Insomniac, events. We put a lot of stuff together in helping you grow further and further in producing your own music, mixing, mastering, and writing music. So, yeah, I mean, challenges is beautiful. I wake up every day with it. I love it. Your accountants, my lawyers are like, "Yo, Brian, this." I'm like, "Don't worry about it. We're gonna be fine." Trust in the process, and if you keep pushing forward, it's gonna happen, no matter what.
Amen. Mayito.
So,
Mayito, the biggest star in social media. How do you overcome challenges?
I think, well, first of all, I started seeing my challenges is when I was a little kid growing up, seeing that everybody's like getting tall and I'm like, what's going on, Like I'm like short. And then later on in life, I started, understanding more about my health issues. And, hearing the doctor telling my parents, he's not going to survive. He's going to die early. He has this, he has that, but, somehow, some way, I wake up in the morning and try to do my best every day, and, I overcome that. They told me that when I was like 5 years old, 6 years old. Shit, I'm 30, like, fuck, I'm old. So it's pretty hard, but, I think that's what challenges are the things that keep you going. And, and saying, and looking back in the past and saying, wow, look at all this, and look at where I'm at now, what I do, I never dreamed that I was gonna do. What I did, I used to just, for example, hear my favorite artists in the radio, and I'm like, wow, Now, I drink with them. Now, I see things that I'm like, ¿qué pedo? What's wrong with these guys? And that's the cool part about it, Also, challenges, like sometimes when you're small, people tend to see you in another way, like they want to make fun of you. But I have overcome that because I've kind of figured out the formula in using that negative things into a positive thing, where so the people that know me now is like, they know how I am, and they don't want to mess with me, because
Gangster, you're gangster.
yeah. Like they get me once, I get them twice, But so it's like it's mostly about my health issues. But then I think to myself, I'm gonna overcome this. I'm gonna do my best to put a face, because there's sometimes that I go to work, like there's sometimes that we do concerts and I'm feeling like shit from inside, but then you have to put a happy face for your people, and they don't understand how you feel inside, but that's one of the challenges that you face as an artist, that sometimes you're not in the mood, but yet you have to be in the mood to deal with these people. And, well, yeah, I just wake up in the morning and say it's a new day, and, whatever happens, happens, and I just did my best,
Thank you, Mayito. Cachorro, bienvenido.
Gracias, muchas gracias.
¿Cómo le haces tú para pasar por digamos, cosas, pruebas de la vida y qué consejo le darías a la gente para seguir adelante?
Bueno, definitivamente, pues muchas gracias primero que nada por invitarnos. La verdad que estaba nervioso hace rato cuando entré, no sé por qué se me quitaron los nervios de repente, pero ya, puedo superarlo, amigo Nachín. Pues trato de enfrentar la vida, ya tengo yo 25 años, como lo platicaba hace rato en esto, me tocó vivir las diferentes etapas de la música, del regional mexicano. Estamos hablando de que pasamos por la tecnobanda, cuando recién salió la tecnobanda, muchos años después el pasito duranguense y ahora pues está muy de moda los narcocorridos o los corridos. Entonces pues tratamos de llevar la vida, este género es un poquito difícil, peligroso, muchas veces la gente quiere entrevistarte con la intención de que hables de uno de los personajes, de la vida de uno de los personajes a los cuales cantas corridos, cosa que de repente me cuido mucho de hacer ese tipo de comentarios o de tocar la vida de estas gentes, porque pues una cosa es que tú leas corridos y otra cosa es que tú puedas hablar de lo que ellos realizan, ¿no? Y pues tratamos de llevar, en cuestión de la vida personal, pues tratamos de ser un poquito positivos ante todas las adversidades de la vida. Muestra de eso, yo sé que mi compa Mayito no le gusta que toquemos ese tipo de pláticas, pero a mí se me hace muy importante tocarlo en esta noche. Cuando yo recién llegué acá, y digo llegué porque empecé a trabajar por acá, por Estados Unidos, llegué de Culiacán, Sinaloa, de donde soy originario, y me encontré este amiguito en el camino, que yo cuando lo vi tomando fotos en un nightclub, como dicen aquí, ¿no? Yo dije, caray, pues un niño tomando fotos. No, dije, no puede ser posible esto, dije. Y le dije al dueño del lugar, oiga, ¿y este muchacho? No, dice, pues tiene que subsistir, tiene que sobrevivir. No, dije, a ver, díganle que venga, yo lo quiero ayudar. Y ya cuando lo vi llegar y dije, no, este no es un niño. Pero bueno, ya lo conocí, surgió una bonita amistad. En el camino, por las adversidades, como dices, de la vida, pues le tocó enfrentar una enfermedad fuerte. Mayito empezó a fallarle un riñón y es con lo que seguimos toreando, es el problema que seguimos toreando todavía. Bendito sea Dios y siempre digo, bendito Internet, bendito YouTube, porque a raíz de que empezamos a hacer las aventuras del cachorro y del Mayito, muchos videos, la gente simpatizó mucho con el Mayito. Hay gentes que actualmente están viendo los videos de cachorro y de Mayito, hay millones de gente que lo ve diario, los videos que subimos de las aventuras o las chingaderas que hacemos de repente, pero nos sirvió y bendito sea Dios, hoy podemos decirle que gracias a eso y gracias a todas esas cosas que hicimos, ya tenemos un donador y aquí está con nosotros, compa David.
Nice. David, ¿dónde está? Un aplauso para David. He's going to be giving a kidney to Mayito.
Quiero
That's one of the
presentarlo.
challenges he's been facing, Mayito, and this guy is going to give it to Mayito and save his life. So that's beautiful.
Well, you know what? When I found out the story about Maito, I felt blessed, and I prayed about it. I prayed about it, and God put it in my heart. Not a lot of people could do the step I'm doing. Giving my kidney to him. And hopefully everything works out. For me, it's a privilege. It's an honor. They didn't tell me. They didn't put a gun on me. They didn't offer me money, and. That's a joke. And, I just did it. No, it was. And, God put it in my heart, and I'm willing to go forward with this, and like I said, I'm blessed, and hopefully everything works out for him.
Awesome. That's amazing. That's giving somebody life. Eso es darle la vida a alguien, ¿eh?
Oiga, dice Mayito, qué rápido te la sacaste para soltar el micrófono, ¿verdad? No, al contrario, muchas gracias, compa David. La verdad que siempre le digo yo, ¿cómo se llama? Me llamo David, no, para mí es Ángel David, porque sinceramente las personas que hacen ese tipo de actos, sinceramente, yo pienso que ni el aplauso más grande de esta noche, que quiero que se lo den, por favor, que se oiga bonito.
Un aplauso fuerte para David.
Gracias. Gracias.
Pues, that brings me to the next topic, so we can kind of close with a golden pin. And I noticed one thing with us doing these events. This is our third event. And the biggest challenge is getting people that really gravitate to this kind of level of unity. And that brings me to this. What advice would you guys give us or ourselves to each other that we need to do to unite as a community? What do you think is missing? What is dividing us?
Well, as some of you know, I spend a lot of time in the Bay, San Francisco. And if anybody knows anything about San Francisco, about the Bay, is they have a very strong community up there. You know, they're like a whole nother country by themselves. They support each other. That's why a lot of independent artists have came out of there, you know what I mean? Not only as far as music-wise, street-wise, you know, street artists, I should say. And I just feel like LA, man, I mean, yo, man, we need to like show each other love out here, man. Like, instead of like knocking each other down, we need to be lifting each other up, man. And that's why, like, when I go to the Bay, I love what they do out there, man. Like, whether you black, Asian, Hispanic, no matter what you are in the Bay, white, no matter what, they all help each other out. They all support each other out there. You know, I learned this, you know, like I met him and, you know, I met him. I was in the music industry for 18 years. I had a marketing company called Mad Pro with my boy E1. And when in the Bay, I was there, I had skipped art school. And ironically, was in Academy of Art in San Francisco. 6 months later, I was working for a spray paint company called Krylon, you know, on a big case where they were going to ban, you guys don't know this, they were going to ban spray paint from California. I'm the person why they ended up keeping it inside cages. So I went up to the Supreme Court, 18 years old, and got paid very well for that. And that's why they didn't ban spray paint. But as I was up there, I was like, man, who are these guys on the radio? Who's this? Who's that? It was Bay Area artists showing their own city love. Do you understand? We don't have that in LA, man. We don't have that. Everybody's segregated. Or everybody's hating on each other, especially Latinos. And nobody can tell me different. You know? From the high ups to the down lows. I don't care if you're from North Downey or South Central. Everybody hates on everybody. You know what I mean? And to me, it's like, if we have, like, you know, thanks to you and Rudy, if this was impossible, this is where it starts. Why didn't this start 20 years ago, 30 years ago? Or why didn't it continue back in the days when the Latinos were all together? All the artists were together. Everybody was together. What separated us? Hatred, jealousy. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to help nobody these days. Because guess what? If you do, most of the time, they're going to turn your back on you, man. They're going to feel like, oh, I'm better than you now. Nah. Let me give you a quick story, man. There was an artist that was on a major group, worldwide, multi-platinum. I used to work at this hip-hop shop where I met Gary. We were just talking about this earlier. This is in '92 out of high school in Montebello, right next to Golden Ox. And this guy used to come in, didn't have no money to his name, man. But I used to manage it, right? I did the graffiti in there, blah, 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 blah. This guy used to come in, didn't have no food, no nothing. I said, don't trip. I got into the music business. But, you know, I was always hustling, so I had a little extra change. Oh, don't trip, I got you food. Oh, you want that shirt? Don't trip. I'll give it to you, don't trip. Oh, you're gonna put you on stage at Sweet Sundays with John, on Boss Entertainment? John was he's a very good friend of mine. Don't trip. Helped him out. This guy got signed to a big record label at Interscope, okay? And I would put him on stage, I would drive him around, I'd pick him up. This guy I believed in him, okay? So when I saw his first major album come out, and he's giving all these people props, and I'm just like, fuck me? Fuck me? Like, I'm the dude that believed in you. And now you're in the Black Eyed Peas? Are you serious? So when I saw him, I said, hey, bro, let me talk to you. All his new friends jumped up, right? oh, who's this guy? And he's like, nah, it's cool. I said, hey, man, I felt hurt for the mere fact that you gave all these new people props and didn't give me no kind of credit at all. Remember when you didn't have nothing? Who was there for you, man? You know? And he understood that at that point after I explained that to him. The next album, I was the first person he probably, I think I was the first or second person that he thanked. You know what I mean? But to me, it's like, that's a metaphor about life, is what I'm trying to tell you. Is if somebody helps you out, doesn't mean you have to give them back 10 times. Just acknowledge them and be like, you know what? I'm here because this is how I got here. You know what I mean? This is how I got here. Everybody had some kind of help. I don't want to hear nobody say, I did it all by myself. No, you didn't. Because if nobody didn't support you, you couldn't do it at all. Whether it was somebody buying a painting of mine, whether it was somebody, you know, helping me, opening a door for me. And I never shitted on nobody that helped me. Because that's who I am. And that's the way I wish everybody was.
Grateful.
Grateful.
Thank you so
Yes.
much, bro.
The way I have a saying that I always tell my friends and people in the music industry. Let's use each other, not abuse each other. That means if I can help you, I'm gonna help you, maybe connect you with somebody that, you know, you might need to be connected. So if I need your help for let's help each other. But let's not abuse each other where it's gimme. And just like Nerve said, there's no return, you know? In LA alone, I just feel like when it comes to Latinos, we're so divided and so prideful. We're Latinos, probably the most prideful race of anybody, you know? So we have Mexicans here, we have Salvadorians, Guatemalans, and that pride was getting in the way of us uniting. Uniting where people always say numbers matter, but it's a shame that it's probably about 60 million Latinos world in the United States of America. Yet we don't have leadership at all. Not in the music business, politically, we don't have. Why? Because that whole pride, I'm Guatemalan, or I'm Mexican, or I'm Salvi, I'm Cuban, and all, gets in the way of that. But at the end of the day, when you get pulled over, it just so happens you get pulled over, we're all the same. Trump's not speaking to just Mexicans. Trump's speaking to all of us, regardless. You know, and if we don't unite, this is gonna continue forever. Our kids' kids, their kids, it's gonna be the same thing. We're not gonna move forward at all. So Latinos don't, unite and help each other like doing stuff like this. Thank you, Nachin. Thank you, Rudy. Thank you, Rick, for putting all this together. This is where it starts, and we're all responsible. Even the people that are here that are getting the knowledge, we're responsible to go back to your community, and at least help one person. We all can help each other. Every day I wake up, I say, my worst day is somebody else's best day. We're all complaining, we're all complaining about our challenges here, but my man over there, he's being blessed, and the young man is giving him a kidney. There is no, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's like, whatever you're going through, there's somebody else that wishes they were in your shoes. You know what I mean? I remember the immigration rally we had in 2007, I think it was, when like Latinos didn't go to work day. And it was just a beautiful thing to be in the middle of downtown LA, and you saw Latinos from everywhere. And the impact that we had in the United States was trillions of dollars, not billions, trillions of dollars that big companies lost. If we didn't, and then if we didn't learn anything from there, like, I don't know when we're gonna wake up. Like, we have power, but people are so prideful who they are, and and everybody's about them, as we should be, because we all have our own families to take care of and so on and so forth. But if we want to see Latinos unite and move forward, we're gonna have to come together. We don't have a Cesar Chavez, Cesar Chavez is no longer here, but the thing with the black community and so forth and other communities, they have leadership. Whether it's in music, from the Puffy to Jay-Z, or politically, or in the politics, they have leaders. We don't have no leaders. After that immigration happened, it just seemed like everything just fizzled out, and it was cool for a week or so, and then it didn't that's it. We need people like Nachin, that have that platform to get in the community and make a difference. Because if we don't, it's gonna be hard for any of us to even move forward in the business of fashion. This young lady, there's no reason why Oscar de la Renta and some of the other Latinos that are huge can help her out. But are they gonna do it? Who knows? Who really knows? But if we're able to, us right here help each other and, like you said, network, and some of you might, want to get into the music business, and some of you might want to get into fashion. This is where it starts. The baby steps will turn into big steps, but we got to continue this. We can't just stop.
Amen, Lulu. Great words.
Thank you, Nachin. I think it's a great question. I firmly believe that you can't tell people what to do or how to change or how to live, right? I think the best way sometimes is to guide people and to build a culture at home. It starts with meeting that person that could change your life, inspire you. It starts with attending Latino network event, right? It's starting your own path. And starts asking yourself, what do I want? What type of life do I want? What do I want from my friends, from my community? And just, once again, building that culture at home. Thank you.
Thank you, Roberto.
There's two words that come up every time someone brings that subject up, and it's integrity and ego. And a lot of it, if you really think about those words, is that everybody has it. We have big egos, little egos, but we forget to put them aside. And that's what keeps us divided or fighting for like what we want, or it's me, 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 me. And where integrity comes, actually, the word integrity is very important to me, especially coming up in this industry for so many years now. Because you meet people that they say they're this, they do that, and they give you like, how do I say it? Like they flower everything up. But if you really realize something is that the word integrity is if you can live with yourself, by yourself, and bring that out to the world, that's who you are. And as in the Latino community, I've seen that their ego gets in the way from showing them their true integrity. If you think about it, you really feel that is like, just sit with it and just like put your ego aside. Go across the street, help someone, putting your ego aside. Doesn't matter where you're coming from, where you're from, or what country you're from, what language you speak. And then when you really think about it and you put that ego aside, your true person and who you are comes out. Somebody else sees that. It's a domino effect. And we forget that as a community, like what you said. It's like we try to beat each other up instead of bringing each other up, if that makes any sense. So take the time and really think about it and look at who you are and what can you do. Just sitting here, you guys, think about it, just listening to these amazing people, you're making a difference already right now. You are becoming those leaders that the community is looking for. We just choose not to take that step because we have that ego in the way. And then we have that lack of integrity sometimes. So just sit with it, think about it, because the next thing and the next step you do is everyone is seeing you. And that's what comes across when you really, truly are able to live with that person that you say you are. Thanks.
Thank you, Angie.
Mirroring on everybody, I do feel like as Latinos, we tend to pull each other down sometimes. But, shit, I forgot.
Agarra el micrófono, Tony.
When you start to get where you're going, bring the people that believed in you along with you. Do not leave them behind, because clearly they believed in you. You know, everyone that supports you, the ones that truly support you, that will show up to events with you, bring them with you, because they obviously believed in you. They didn't doubt you. They believed in you every morning when you would wake up and post everything that you posted. Bring those people around you because they want to see you succeed. Don't bring the ones that all of a sudden want to hang out with you when you're at the tables, popping bottles. Bring the ones that believed in you from the beginning. And honestly, just surround yourself around people who truly want to see you succeed and have goals. That's what you need. You don't need people who just use you. You be around people who want to love you, care for you, and want to see you succeed. And that's honestly all I have to say.
Thank you, Tony.
So I definitely think that a small aspect of uniting the Latino community is to listen to one another. I feel like a lot of the times in my Mexican culture, as soon as you walk into a Mexican household, it's like, te dije que no hagas esto así, hazlo así. And then you're just overwhelmed with like how the people that are around you are telling you. Obviously, it's going to go in negatively, but if we listen to the message or the way that, or what they're trying to tell us, we can probably be a little more paused in our life and analyze, like, okay, how can we unite instead of, and bring up in a positive manner than bring down. So for me, it's very hard to listen sometimes. I always want to be like, no, I got this. I know how to do this. And then I'll go back and I'm like, oh, I didn't know how to do that. Like, I couldn't figure that out. So I want to say maybe listening to our community, that's a baby step to uniting our Mexicanos, Latino, Guatemalans, Salvadoreños, toda la comunidad. Yes.
Thank you.
So first I have to say is to bring people together. I mean, in acting, there's no small roles. So like everyone here, you are a huge part of all of our journey. You know, without you guys, like I said earlier, we wouldn't be here. We would just be sitting in this room talking to ourselves. And that'd be cool too, but just the fact that, you know, if we want to bring each other together, you know, it all starts with you. And for me, it starts with me. And what I do, I can't control what everyone else does, but if I show or I could set a good example, and I constantly am out there supporting my friends, and like Tony said, like you go to the party with this, you go to the people you come to the party with are the same people you should leave with. And so, you know, I'm gonna go support my friends. And, you know, sometimes I'm blowing up my Instagram feed and it's all about other people, but that's fine. I don't care. Like, I'm doing it because I know that these people believe in me, and I'm going to show everyone that I believe in them too. And, you know, that's how I feel like we bring the community together. We really just need to, you know, do your part. And for me, my part is like whenever my friends have events or whenever my friends are producing music or they have things that they want to share, I share it on my Facebook, on my Instagram, whatever it is. I'm constantly like promoting other people's stuff because I would love for people to do that for me too. And that's part of bringing it all together.
Awesome. Brian, what you got?
That's huge. Support is key, absolutely. You support your friends. Just support people that believe in you and you believe in them back. I believe in so many people, and I speak to Rudy on the consistent on things. Like we text like if he's my girlfriend. And I have to say that support is absolutely it, because if they make it, we make it. And that's my thing where it's okay to props. It's okay to, tell someone, dude, you killed it today. Great job. One thing for me is I've been blessed to have many mentors, and these people have been a big influence in my life. So getting advice from them, of course, I love making mistakes because we learn from them. Those are the biggest mentors for me, and support is everything, absolutely. And it's difficult to find a group of people that will support in you, because people say, oh yeah, I'll do this, and then there they go backstabbing you somehow. But it's okay. God shook the tree for you. The right people will stay for you, and you'll do right back to them. So absolutely, support is everything. And again, and thanks for you guys for doing this, which is amazing. It brings people together so we can all hear nothing but great and positive things.
Thank you. Mayito.
What was the question again? What was the question again, Nachin?
How do you think we can unite as a community?
Well, first of all, I think we could unite it by helping each other out. There's too much ignorance in the world, and there's too much greed. Like this is, I think, in every business or in every company. You see your partner doing best than you, and you right away you're like, oh, this mother, So that has happened to me, even though people are like, why do they hate on you? You don't got no competition. But I think that's what Latinos are born with that. Some Latinos are born with that it's part of their DNA. They can't help it, I guess. But and like my friend said over there somewhere over there, you gotta, how can I say it? No, you gotta just reunite together, and como dice en español, la unión hace la fuerza.
Unity makes power.
Yeah, unite makes power, and if you don't got that power, if we don't reunite and we don't got that power, we're the weakest. Instead of being the strongest in the community as Latinos, we're we're gonna end up just people stepping all over us, like Donald Trump is doing at this moment. But if we step up and we rise to what we believe in, well, none of this will be happening, So go out there, support your local elote guy or something, Here's $20, Yeah, elotes, raspados, whatever. But, because everybody's trying to make a living, Everybody's trying to feed their family, and there's, there's people out there that they just see you doing it, and they just want to, step on you and talk shit to you or whatever not. But, if you see somebody that is down, at least sit down with them 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and say, you know what, whatever you need, aquí estoy,
Exhalo.
But yeah, that's it.
Mayito, bueno, pues, cachorro, ¿cómo crees que nos podemos unir como comunidad?
Gracias, muchachos. Bueno, pues definitivamente, como dice aquí, lo poquito que le alcancé a entender a mi compa Mayito, definitivamente la unión hace la fuerza. Yo tengo, como dije hace ratito, ya 25 años trabajando en el medio de la música, y pues me he encontrado en el camino con que incluso gente que yo apoyé o que de alguna manera ayudé cuando en mis inicios, pues hay como un bloqueo porque a ellos les está yendo un poquito mejor, porque ya están un poquito más fuertes que uno. Entonces hay un bloqueo, como si uno llegara y si tuviera éxito les fuera a quitar algo. Entonces yo siempre pongo el mismo ejemplo. Mayito ya debe saber cuál es el ejemplo. Yo siempre pongo el mismo ejemplo. Yo pienso que como artistas nadie viene y le quita nada a nadie. Yo pienso que lo suelta el que no le echa ganas, el que ya no quiere echarle ganas. Por ejemplo, cuando una de las más grandes influencias que yo tuve para incursionar en la música fue don Vicente Fernández. Y pongo el ejemplo, cuando a mí me gustaba mucho la música de Vicente Fernández, Después empecé a escuchar a Antonio Aguilar, después a los Tigres del Norte, y no dejó de gustarme la música de Vicente Fernández. Entonces, quiere decir que el sol sale para todos y que pues en la cuestión musical pues puedes tener muchos ídolos, puedes admirar a mucha gente. Y a lo que voy es que en la actualidad muchos compañeros piensan que vas a quitarles algo o alguna cosa, y no. Yo siento que inclusive yo soy compositor también. Yo escribo la mayoría de mis canciones y escribo para muchísimos artistas también. En la actualidad me han hablado personas de diferentes géneros y como rap, como por ejemplo reggaetón, y contentísimo. Para mí es un halago que me hablen en vez de decir, no, yo no escribo para eso. Al contrario, estoy honrado de que se fijen en mis letras para incursionarlas en sus discos y para hacer colaboraciones conmigo, pues es algo fenomenal. Entonces, como dice mi compa Mayito, la unión hace la fuerza, y pues la música es muy grande, y pues como latinos tenemos que unirnos todos para dar un mejor resultado a la gente, al público.
Un aplauso para Cachorro.
Gracias.
Well, we can definitely extend this conversation, but the idea of Latino Key Network is for all of us to connect. So after this function, I want you guys to go out and meet somebody you haven't met tonight. Introduce yourselves. Whatever you do in life, let everybody know who you are, and make a new friend, because this is how we're going to grow this little chain of helping each other. So un aplauso for our panelists, please. Thank you so much, each and every one of you. Thank you for donating your time, your attention to us and to the cause. And we're going to hear una canción del Cachorro para que nos deleite con esa música. You guys are going to get to hear a piece of him, what he does, and go out and network afterwards. But please, let's give him a round of applause. El Cachorro Delgado. Te voy a poner el micrófono.
Voy a llamar también a mi hijo Mario Delgado Jr. para que nos ayude con la segunda de esta canción. Otro artista que tenemos por ahí en la compañía ahorita. Y el Mayito también. Bueno, pues ahorita que están muy actualmente muy requeridos los corridos, un corrido que escribí, lo grabé con mi hijo Mario Delgado Jr. y aquí con el acompañamiento de mi compa Mayito también. Con la camiseta de los tomateros, también de los Dodgers en el extranjero. Tengo dos banderas, para serles sincero. Nací en Culiacán y me crié con los güeros. No soy marihuano y el churro no rolo, aunque me la vivo entre capos y cholos. Odia todo el humo, pues mono, y andar siempre pilas es mi protocolo. Me ven en el rancho y en los rascacielos. Tengo mi caballo y mi Lambo veneno. Y no soy mamón, yo soy todo terreno. Si hay filete bien y si hay frijol, qué bueno. El que ande de lodo se embarra. No más el que quiere tumbense esa barra. Yo me la navego en este arroyo y si me salpico, pero no me mojo. Y no soy un santo, no se me confundan. Soy uno de tantos que este mundo inunda. Me enfiesto en el rancho y la banda retumba. Tomo chacaleño y morritas abundan. Mandaré un saludo para los jamaiquinos, a los hawaianos y a los neoyorquinos, a los colombianos que son mi reserva y al viejón del cerro que es la mera verga. Dos banderas se llama, gracias. Thank you so much.
Okay, you guys, right now, Lulu brought up a good point. I've been here talking all by myself, but we want to open it up to you guys. If you guys have any questions for them that you guys might want to ask, please feel free to do so right now. Anybody? Right here, we got. Ven para acá, por favor, para que la gente te vea.
Hi everyone, good evening. I'm really excited to hear the entire panel, and as a mental health professional, I would like to know, how does mental health play a part in your successes and your overcoming adversity?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wow. Let me tell you one thing. From a person that's suffered from depression for the last 25 years, I took myself off of medication about maybe 18 years ago. I had a good brother, my little brother, smart kid. He told me, hey, man, it's all in your head, man. You know, you're an artist. I mean, that's your outlet. You know, and I don't think I give him enough credit for pushing me until I went to his house the other day, his new pad, and I walked in and I was like, shit, man, this is where all my paintings went? You know, I was like, yeah, well, over the years when I would tell you to paint, I would just take them from you, you know? So, like, I told myself, you know what, if I'm feeling a certain way or whatever the case may be, and I became a homebody lately, and I used to have, like, as some of you guys know, I used to roll with, like, 10, 15 people, you know what I mean? And I had a separation anxiety. You know, I couldn't walk into a mall. A lot of people don't know this. I couldn't walk into a mall by myself. If you saw me in a nightclub, I was with the crew. You know what I mean? Now you guys see me, I'm by myself sometimes and stuff like that. And I use my artwork just to be like, man, you know what? Life isn't that bad, man. And it's obviously, I mean, if anybody, you know, has this problem or knows anybody that has a problem, it's a lot easier said than done. You know what I mean? And I use my artwork as my outlet, and I figured out my lifestyle had a lot to do with it. You know, and I'm in a better place now, and yeah, my artwork is my outlet now, and it helped me, to overcome those things and help me become a better person. You know, so that's how it's helped me personally. You know, yeah.
Anybody else in the panel want to acknowledge the question?
So I also suffer from depression and really bad anxiety, and one thing that's been helping me is prayer and meditation and asking God for clarity, and that has been probably the best thing that has happened to me, especially because I've made so many changes in my life, like my lifestyle. I decided to stop drinking a couple days ago. It's only been a couple days, but I already...
You're gonna party.
We'll see. We still have the end of the night, but I mean, I already feel so much better just like making all these changes. I feel like I'm evolving mentally, spiritually, and it's definitely helped. I haven't felt like really bad anxiety, and when I do, I just ask God, just rid me of it, please. And that's what's helped me. Anybody else?
Great.
Just for myself as an entrepreneur, 5 years ago, I met women who were suffering from depression and anxiety. And music has done so much for myself as therapy, as a musician, playing the guitar, singing boleros. But I tried to create this model program, which is a 10-week session of salsa dancing to treat people with depression and anxiety. Because there's research that proves that music, art, theater also heals. So that's kind of how I used it.
Awesome. Well, we thank you guys, and we thank the panelists, and we'll see you on the fourth one. Please follow us on Instagram, Latino King Network, for updates, and also on our website, latinokingnetwork.com. And the next one, we're probably going to do it here in downtown, at Clifton's Cafeteria. We don't know what we're going to call it. We don't know what we're going to be, who we're going to bring, but it always works out because like Rudy and Rick say, my other partners in Latino King Network, tenemos fe, and we believe in this, and we're going to get there together. Thank you so much. Gracias. DJ Cooks, suéltate una canción, cabrón.